What is up? This is Johnny Pace with FloTrack here with Susanna Sullivan, fresh off 4th place at the marathon.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Can you tell us where we're at?
Yeah, we're at the Brooks Hyperion House.
It's a cool spot here in kind of the heart of Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it'd be kind of cool to just kind of explore these alleyways. There's all sorts of shops and stuff, and we can maybe walk and recap.
Yeah, that sounds great.
How yesterday went. So 2 days off, legs feeling decent?
Feeling okay, yeah. Yesterday when I woke up, I felt like it was the best I'd ever felt after a marathon. Today I don't feel any better than I did yesterday, so
okay.
I think that I've kind of leveled off in terms of soreness, hopefully. Got in the pool that afternoon.
The day of the race?
Yeah. So.
Quick detour, have you been to any of these like convenience stores, Family Mart, 7-Eleven?
I have, yeah.
What's your thoughts on them?
You know, I haven't had many of the sweet treats yet. I still have a little bit of time here.
I think you owe yourself a sweet treat or two,
yeah.
don't you think? Well, I really want to dig into this marathon.
Yeah.
It was really a heroic effort. You led this thing almost the whole way. Can you break it down for us?
Yeah, you know, the plan going in was, I mean, I knew I was as fit as I'd ever been.
Right.
I also 2 years ago felt like heading into Budapest. You know, if you'd asked me 2 weeks before the race, I would have said that like I was ready for the race of my life, and then it didn't pan out. And so I wasn't going to take this opportunity for granted, and I really wanted, you know, I really wanted to have the day that I'd trained for. My coach and I had talked about, you know, being in the lead pack, but not necessarily leading unless it felt right. And we know that for me, like I can grind. Done a lot of practice doing that.
But you opted to put a gap on the whole field. Like, that takes some guts.
That kind of happened before I really realized it. I think being out with Jess just like helped me feel very settled. And so I felt relaxed in the pace. Like the pace felt right. It felt very familiar.
And how nice, I mean, I think something that is so cool to me is that you had 3 ladies from Brooks in that race. Like that must have felt really
special. Standing on the start line and knowing that like I had prepared and we had been in constant contact through the prep. I just felt like really comfortable with them on the start line, and I felt like if we needed to lean on each other as teammates during the race, all of us were like ready and willing to do that, and it was just like such a sense of calm on the start line that it set me up well to just run my own race.
All right, pit stop.
Yeah.
I don't know what any of this says. Which are you going with? You got to pick one.
Before the race, I would have gone with the Picari Sweat. I actually really like it. We trained with it a bit, but
so good.
I don't know.
I think we got to get this in the
fruity,
States.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mystery fruit.
I don't know.
Sometimes it's a roll of the dice with these things.
Yeah.
We got to get Picari Sweat in the States.
Yeah.
ASAP. So were you feeling pretty confident? Like, where was your head at throughout the races?
You know, I didn't feel good when I landed on the Monday before. I'm not sure that I had like a single mile that felt good until like the first mile of the race. I think like 1,200 meters in, I kind of just felt like I loosened up, pressure was off, like it was just time to trust some training and go.
That's like perfectly
it's
peaking.
Like amazing timing. I couldn't have asked for more. So.
And then so you finished 4th. Mm-hmm. Nothing to shake a fist at. I know you probably would have loved to get some hardware, but what does this tell you kind of about where you're at?
I've been saying like it hasn't really totally sunk in yet, but I also feel like I kind of can't wrap my head around it yet. Feel like
you've made the statement. You're here to stay.
Yeah, I mean it gives me a lot of confidence that I could have the race I trained for, and that put me at 4th in the world. It's just like it's kind of hard to wrap my head around.
Well, you can take some time on your flight. Although you got to get back.
School tomorrow.
So it's 2. That's great.
What is it? It's 9 a.m. there.
So you told me you had to burn some PTO to come out here.
Sure did.
To compete on Team USA. Langley School, I think you got to raise that allotment. Just give her a couple extra days, you know?
No, they've been so incredibly supportive.
I'm sure.
And it's just been awesome to be part of a community that like really wants me to, I think, thrive outside of the classroom because I'm so fortunate to be at a place that understands that like if their people are thriving, then like we bring our best selves to the classroom, and that's what's best for the kids.
It's so inspiring, and that nobody sets a better example than you, I'm sure, about what you just said. And so have your students, you must have heard from a few students, I hope?
Yeah.
What did they tell you?
I've been teaching long enough that, a couple of my students are in, high school and in college, and so I've been getting, DMs on Instagram from them.
There you go.
But there's a teacher across the hall from me who's running Berlin next weekend. He sent me a video yesterday of the whole middle school. Cheering and clapping and congratulations, Miss Sullivan.
So they put a little watch party?
Yeah, well, it was at an assembly. I know that there were a couple of
They threw
watch
an assembly
parties
for you to watch your race.
It happens on Monday mornings anyways.
Oh,
but
that's sick.
They celebrated a little bit. He sent me a video of the whole middle school kind of erupting in cheers.
Oh my gosh. You're going to be the coolest teacher at the school when you pull up.
They definitely all are aware of it. And there have been times in my career where I've I think tried to keep my running and my teaching separate. Not because I don't want to share it with the kids, but because I don't want there to be any question that I give teaching 100% when I'm there, and I give running 100% when I'm not at school. And I feel like obviously this is a high profile enough accomplishment that it's hard to keep them separate.
Where is that coming from to do both so well?
I don't know.
Where do you find that drive when you're getting up at 4 in the morning to get you running before school? Or
I just I think that if something really matters to you, you find a way. I've never been one to do things halfway, so
clearly. I did want to ask you too about Jess was right behind you. Mm-hmm. How cool was that?
The lead up to the race, with the preparation in the last really almost a year, because I was pretty sure that I'd be named to the World Championship team after Chicago last year.
Right.
And then Erica just crushed it at Houston. And then it was likely, she and I texted after, and we talked about, if you're offered a spot, will you take it? And she was, so it was pretty clear early on that she would be in. And then Brooks has just done this incredible job the last 9 months or so of having us connect, and we had a team camp in San Diego in January and then another one in Seattle in June. And just having us really kind of mesh as teammates. So I feel like when I got here and in the months leading up to it, there was just this team within a team vibe, and it was just such a source of comfort when we lined up on the start line and you look to your left and you look to your right, and you're all ready to go. And then in the race, being able to communicate with Jess and kind of strategize a bit. A couple of the athletes from some of the African countries were really clearly cooperating. They either had a race plan or they had, or they were just really willing to communicate on the fly and adapt. Jess and I were able to talk about how that wasn't what was working best for us. We didn't want to let the pace dawdle so much that when the pace dropped, we were off the back immediately. We both knew that our strength was our strength, and we needed to keep it honest. There were so many people before the race that told me that that humidity was going to be an element that was kind of like an equalizer, that somebody could end up higher up in the standings than they otherwise might, just because the conditions were so miserable. But other people were mentioning but it has to be honest enough pace-wise in order for that to be helpful, because everybody in the field can probably run pretty slow, right? But if it's kind of that in between where it's just honest enough that it's a challenge and people start to drop off, that was going to be where I was going to be able to capitalize on the miserable conditions. And so it was just such a comfort to have her there, and us kind of being on the same page in that regard. We knew the conditions were miserable, and we knew that our best shot was to keep it kind of honest for as long as possible. Get as far as we could down the street before they came charging.
Right. I'm so excited for you. I know there's so much more to come. And
Thanks.
I appreciate you breaking this down, and just congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Susanna.